Let's get right into it. Number 10. The DMSO Phenomenon. In the 1950s, workers at a paper mill spilled a weird liquid on their hands. Instead of getting chemical burns, their arthritis pain disappeared. This was DMSO. DMSO is basically tree juice. It's what's left over when you process wood into paper, and this waste product is better at fighting inflammation than most expensive drugs on the market. DMSO can pass through your skin like it's not even there. Put a drop on your hand, and within minutes you can taste it in your mouth. It's like having a substance with ghost powers, and it can carry other medicines through your skin too. You can put pain medication directly where it hurts, instead of having it travel through your whole body. In the 1960s, DMSO was becoming huge. Athletes were using it for injuries, doctors were prescribing it for arthritis, and it was even helping with burns. The FDA shut it down. They claimed they needed more studies, but DMSO was dirt cheap. We're talking pennies per dose, and you can't patent a tree byproduct, so big pharmaceutical companies couldn't make their usual massive profits from it. Today, DMSO is approved for exactly one human use: bladder inflammation. Meanwhile, veterinarians use it all the time for horses and dogs. Your dog can legally get better treatment than you. The stuff is so effective that people started buying industrial DMSO and using it anyway. Some even get it from auto parts stores where it's sold as a solvent. People go to AutoZone for their arthritis medication. Number 9. The Fasting Reboot. Your phone gets laggy and slow, so you turn it off and on again. Your body has a similar reset button. It's called fasting. When you stop eating, your body doesn't just sit there feeling sorry for itself. It goes into full Marie Kondo mode, cleaning up all the junk inside your cells. Scientists call this process autophagy, which is just a fancy way of saying self-eating. Imagine your cells are like tiny apartments filled with broken furniture and old takeout containers. When you fast, your body says, "All right, time to clean house," and starts eating all the broken stuff. This cleanup process can help prevent all sorts of diseases. But you won't see this advertised on TV because not eating is free. Can't sell pills for something that costs nothing. You don't even need to fast for days. Just 16 to 18 hours without food can kickstart this process. That's basically just skipping breakfast and having a late lunch. Your body knows which parts to eat first. It goes for the damaged cells, the misfolded proteins, and all the cellular junk that's been building up. So next time someone tries to sell you an expensive detox program, remember, your body already has a built-in cleanup crew. It's just waiting for you to give it some time off from digesting food. Number 8. Broccoli Sprouts Superpower. So picture this. You're at the store looking at a tiny jar of supplements that costs more than your weekly groceries. Meanwhile, sitting on your kitchen counter is something with 100 times more power, and it costs pennies. I'm talking about broccoli sprouts, the baby version of regular broccoli. These little guys are like tiny chemical factories pumping out something called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is basically like having a personal bodyguard for your cells. When damage happens to your body, sulforaphane tells your cells, "Hey, wake up, time to fight back." It's like having a fire alarm that also sprays water on the fire. The crazy part is these sprouts have up to 100 times more of this stuff than regular broccoli. Big Pharma has tried to bottle this compound, but it doesn't work as well in pill form. You need the whole plant for the magic to happen. You can grow these super sprouts in a jar on your counter for about 50 cents worth of seeds. Just add water, wait 3 to 5 days, and you've got nature's most powerful medicine factory. They even tested it in areas with heavy air pollution. People eating broccoli sprouts were getting rid of 61% more airborne toxins than those who weren't. No wonder you don't see commercials about this on TV. Can't make billions off something people can grow next to their coffee maker. Number 7. The Baking Soda Cancer Study. It's 2009, and scientists are throwing random stuff at cancer cells to see what sticks. Someone decides to try baking soda. You know, the same stuff your grandma uses to deodorize her fridge. The researchers found that baking soda could actually slow down tumor growth in mice. Not just a little bit either, the results were significant. Cancer likes to make its environment acidic. It's like that one neighbor who blasts death metal at 3 a.m. It makes everything around it unbearable. But baking soda is alkaline. It neutralizes acid. So it's basically telling the cancer, "Hey buddy, turn that music down." The treatment cost about 5 cents per dose. 5 cents. For comparison, many cancer drugs cost thousands of dollars per dose. Just as the research was showing promise, the funding mysteriously dried up. The study disappeared faster than cookies at a kindergarten party, and suddenly nobody in mainstream medicine wanted to talk about it. I'm not saying Big Pharma saw a cheap treatment threatening their profits and pulled some strings. But it's kind of like finding a $20 bill on the ground, and before you can pick it up, someone in an expensive suit steps on it and says, "Nothing to see here." The research paper is still out there, though, gathering digital dust in some corner of the internet. Number 6. The algae omega secret. Fish oil is supposed to be this miracle supplement for your brain and heart, but fish don't make those healthy omega-3 fats. They're basically just the middlemen, like that guy at work who takes credit for other people's ideas. The real omega-3 factory is algae, tiny little water plants doing all the work, while fish get all the glory. Fish get their omega-3s from eating algae, or eating smaller fish that ate algae. It's like a pyramid scheme, but with fish. You can skip the fish entirely and go straight to the source. Algae-based omega-3s are cheaper to produce, more sustainable, and way cleaner than fish oil. No heavy metals, no ocean pollutants, and no fishy burps that make your breath smell like you've been making out with a tuna. But big supplement companies aren't too keen on advertising this, because they've got warehouses full of fish oil capsules to sell you. Meanwhile, algae farms can grow these omega-3s in controlled tanks, using just sunlight and some nutrients. The algae version is actually more concentrated than fish oil. You're getting more bang for your buck, and no fish had to become a supplement squeeze box. Number 5. The Golden Painkiller. That yellow spice that stains everything it touches is not just for making curry and ruining white shirts. Scientists have found that turmeric works better than some prescription painkillers. And the best part is it won't turn you into a walking zombie or get you addicted. Turmeric has been used in India for thousands of years. But modern science is just catching up to what ancient healers knew all along. It works because of something called curcumin. Curcumin doesn't just mask pain like most painkillers, it actually fights inflammation at the source. If pain is a fire, regular painkillers are like throwing a blanket over it. Turmeric is like turning off the gas supply. Studies show it works especially well for joint pain and arthritis. Some research even found it works better than ibuprofen for knee pain. Big Pharma isn't thrilled about this golden powder. You can buy a month's supply of turmeric for less than the cost of a single prescription painkiller. Your body doesn't absorb turmeric very well on its own. Mix it with black pepper. The piperine in black pepper makes turmeric up to 2,000% more effective. That's why your grandma's curry recipe probably included both spices. Number 4. The black seed oil cure-all. Imagine having a medicine so powerful that ancient kings were buried with it. The ancient Egyptians loved this stuff so much they put it in King Tut's tomb. I guess they thought he might need some health care in the afterlife. Modern science has actually found some pretty wild stuff about this oil. It comes from a little black seed that looks like sesame seeds having an emo phase. This oil has something called thymoquinone. That's a fancy word for nature's antibiotic that actually works. Scientists have found it kills bacteria that even our strongest antibiotics can't touch. We're talking about those superbugs that make doctors lose sleep at night. Studies show it also fights inflammation, helps with allergies, and even makes your body better at killing cancer cells. The craziest part is it costs about as much as a fancy coffee. Yet most doctors won't tell you about it because you can't patent a seed. The Prophet Muhammad apparently said this stuff cures everything except death, which is a pretty good track record. The oil tastes pretty strong though. Imagine if black pepper and oregano had a baby. That's what you're dealing with. But considering it might help with everything from your allergies to your anxiety, maybe a weird taste isn't the worst trade-off. Number 3. The missing mineral. Big Pharma doesn't want you thinking about magnesium. This cheap supplement could fix your anxiety, insomnia, muscle cramps, migraines, and depression all at once. And about 75% of Americans aren't getting enough of it because Mother Nature doesn't sign licensing deals. So instead of promoting this dirt-cheap solution, Big Pharma would rather sell you separate expensive drugs for each symptom. Anxiety, $200 prescription. Insomnia, another $150. Migraines, hope you've got good insurance. Your body needs magnesium for over 300 different processes. It's like trying to run a factory with 75% of the workers missing. Your muscles need it to relax. Your brain needs it to make feel-good chemicals. Your heart needs it to keep a steady beat. But modern farming has stripped our soil of minerals. So while our ancestors got plenty of magnesium from their food, we're walking around running on empty. Doctors rarely test for magnesium deficiency. The standard blood test only shows magnesium in your blood, not in your cells where it matters. It's like checking how much gas is spilled on the ground instead of looking in your car's tank. So millions of people are walking around deficient, treating symptoms with expensive drugs, while the real problem goes unaddressed. Number 2. The wound healing enzyme hack. A team at Texas Tech figured out something wild about enzymes. Some wounds won't heal no matter how many antibiotics you use, because bacteria form these little fortresses called biofilms. Think of it like bacteria building their own gated community where antibiotics can't get in. Normally, doctors have to cut away the infected tissue, but these researchers found out that if you mix certain enzymes with antibiotics, it's like giving the antibiotics a skeleton key. The enzymes break down the bacteria's defenses, and suddenly the antibiotics start working again. These enzymes are dirt cheap to make. We're talking pennies per dose, but you won't find this at your local pharmacy, because removing infected tissue is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Imagine telling surgeons, instead of cutting people open, just spray this $2 enzyme cocktail on the wound. That conversation wouldn't go well. These enzymes are already FDA approved for other uses. The solution is literally sitting on shelves right now, just waiting to be used differently. Number 1. AI drug discovery. There's this company called In Silico Medicine that's making Big Pharma really nervous right now. Traditionally, making a new drug takes about 10 years and costs around $2 billion. That's what Big Pharma keeps telling us anyway. They say they need to charge so much because drug development is expensive and takes forever. Well, In Silico just flipped that story on its head. They used AI to discover a treatment for lung fibrosis in just 18 months. Not 10 years, not even 5 years, just a year and a half. And they did it for a fraction of the usual cost. Their AI basically plays a really complex game of molecular Lego. It looks at billions of possible combinations of molecules, trying to find the perfect match for a specific disease target. What would take human scientists decades to test, this AI can do in days. When they tested their AI-designed drug in the lab, it actually worked better than some existing treatments. Big Pharma makes billions from keeping things slow and expensive. They're not exactly thrilled about technology that could turn their 10-year, billion-dollar process into something that takes months and costs way less. It's like they're selling horse carriages and someone just invented the car. The craziest part is this isn't just theoretical anymore. In Silico's AI-discovered drug is already in human trials. So next time Big Pharma tries to justify their insane prices with their research takes time excuse, remember this story. The future of drug discovery is here. They're just trying to keep it quiet as long as they can. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.